Peace, people. It's me, Arlene J. Ramsey, CEO and founder of Everyone Let's Talk, also your favorite self-wealth mentor. Today, this segment, I would like to commend our hardcore, full-fledged entrepreneurs. Now, what I mean by hardcore and full-fledged, I'm talking about the entrepreneurs who do not have a job, the entrepreneurs who do not have an exit strategy, those entrepreneurs who either took a walk, leap, or step out on faith, or even ran. However you did it, or however you've done it, I have to commend you, because it is such an uncertain journey. Very uncertain. In this journey, we go through different programming and reprogramming. That's what I like to call it. So there's the programming of secluding yourself from family and friends, and not indulging in extracurricular activity. If you have done that, trust me, there's nothing wrong with you. You are totally fine. You are okay. If you're obsessed with your baby, and if you find that you're not privy to indulging in conversations which does not have anything to do with your business, gift, purpose, or baby, trust me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are perfectly okay. If you find that you are forgetful, and what I mean by forgetful, I'm talking about, it's like extreme forgetfulness. Like, you just had a conversation about something 30 minutes ago and you barely remembered what you talked about. If you find that you are going through a forgetful moment, there's nothing wrong with you. You're totally okay. If you find that you left things with someplace, money, keys, phone, left clothes at the laundromat, clothes in the dryer, burned food, whatever it is that you find that you're going through as a person, which you have not gone through prior to this walk, stepping out on faith and going into this journey, do understand that this is part of the journey and nothing is wrong with you. Now let me tell you why some of that is happening. Do understand that since this is an obsession, it takes a lot of energy to obsess over something, correct? So if you're pouring all your energy into giving birth and nurturing your baby, you don't have much energy for other areas in your life. That's why you're forgetting. Also, there are times where you don't go to sleep. Days will go by and you haven't slept, correct? There have been times where I haven't slept in over 24 hours. So if that's you, do understand that you're tired, you're mentally drained. Although your brain is going and you keep thinking and you keep going and you're just secluding yourself and you're focused on your baby, you're actually tired when it comes to other areas in your life, right? That's why you burn food. That's why I've burned boiled eggs. Who burns boiled eggs, for crying out loud? And I haven't burned them once. I have burned boiled egg 3 times during this journey. So trust me, boiled eggs? Oh my God. Trust me, I understand. But here's one thing I would like for you to focus on. Although you're going through that time where you're questioning yourself, your family don't understand you, some of your friends are probably upset with you because you're not reaching out to them, or they're reaching out to you and you're just not keeping in contact with them, they don't understand. And although sometimes they say that they'll be there when you try to explain certain things, or if you talk about your business too much, they get tired of it, because it's like, what can I do to help you about this problem or this challenge that you're having, correct? So, and I understand why you're obsessed. You want the world to know who you are and to know about your business, and not for the sake of just, how could I say, narcissism, where you just want the world to know who you are. Do understand that we don't have all the answers and we don't have all the solutions, correct? Correct. So if you're working with your gift and your baby, you do understand that you may have the answer to somebody's question, or you may be the solution to somebody's challenge, correct? So until the world know who you are, you wouldn't be happy, because this is all about being of best use and of best service. You want to be the best servant you can to the people who exist on this world and in this world during your time of existence, correct? And you also want to be able to appreciate yourself for the work that you're doing, correct? Correct, because most people who have 9-to-5s don't really appreciate themselves for the work they do. They're just doing doing a work or have a job to get funds to pay bills, but they don't even appreciate themselves. So in your process, you are creating a world for yourself where you want to appreciate yourself. You want to be the best servant and of best use you can be to the people who exist in this world. And that is your gift that you're giving them. It's called a gift because you're providing the answer to a question that they didn't know, and you're providing a solution to a problem that they couldn't find. And that's why you're obsessed, because it's like, oh, I got all of this in me and I just want people to know about it, right? Because you see the challenges and all this stuff that's happening, and if you guys just know about me. And here's why. Here's another reason why, actually. You go through that because no one knows who you are, for one. And for two, if you're working with your purpose, that means that usually people are not familiar with something that's new. And people aren't privy to supporting something that they're not familiar with. So there's going to be a lot of times that you hear no. There's going to be a lot of times where you explain what it is that you're doing, and people might just look at you with a blank stare and have nothing to say. And then they may just continue on with a different conversation. And sometimes it's not that they don't respect or understand where you're coming from. It's that they understand sometimes that it's a hard journey that you have to go through. And in their mind, it's like, geez, I would rather just get a job than to go through this journey. I just don't have the willpower to go through it. But here's what I want to tell all of you that I have to commend you on. And I want you to commend and appreciate yourself for the mental resilience that your character have built, for the strict regimen that you have put yourself on, for the discipline that you have had, for the integrity that you held yourself up to, for the honor that you held yourself up to. All the qualities that your character is building right now during this process are phenomenal and fine and divine qualities that all of us don't have the pleasure of knowing or even building. You understand what I mean? Because if you just had a 9-to-5, will you build all of these qualities? Everything that you're going through right now, do you think you would go through it if you had a 9-to-5? And if you don't go through it, then you can't build on it. So appreciate this journey, because you're turning out to be a fine individual. Okay, again, there's nothing wrong with you, and again, appreciate this moment. It's definitely difficult to say that while you're going through it, because there'll be times where you may be depressed and you may be unhappy about certain things. Of course, we all go through it, but what I want to tell you is take some time out to think about the characteristics, skills, and qualities that you are building during this time, and understand that you, again, are turning out to be a fine individual, and your dream will work out for you. Just keep pushing, stick to it. It will happen. Of course, make sure you change up your strategy. Okay, don't be so rigid. Before I log out, don't be so rigid. Stick with your gift, but always find different roads, because if it's not working in this direction, then maybe you have to go a different route, right? So be able to pivot, be able to switch up. Don't lose sight of your gift, but be able to pivot, switch up, or do what you have to do to ensure that it takes off. And trust me, it'll lift off. All right. It was great talking to you guys, and I hope you got something from this recording, and I'll definitely have something up for you later on this week. Until then, peace, people.